The creation of the Federal Reserve occurred in 1913, and in the following years, the monetary base in the United States experienced moderate growth. In the 1920s, there was a substantial increase in the monetary base due to the Federal Reserve's credit expansion policies. This unbridled growth contributed to the speculative stock market bubble, culminating in the stock market crash of 1929 and the beginning of the Great Depression. On April 5, 1933, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed Executive Order 6102, effectively prohibiting American citizens from owning gold within the country. Many perceived this as a violation of individual freedoms, raising questions about government control and individual freedom. This order completely banned individual possession of gold, both in homes and in banking institutions. Americans were forced to exclusively use the dollar as their official currency. The government demanded that citizens turn over all the gold they owned to the Federal Reserve. This delivery was compulsory, where the government bought people's gold for a fixed rate of $20.67 per troy ounce. Those who refused to sell their gold would face heavy fines totaling $10,000. After selling their gold, citizens would receive dollars in exchange, but this value was impacted by a subsequent change in the gold rate. Just under a year after issuing the executive order, the government increased the value of gold to $35 per troy ounce. This meant that dollars received by Americans lost approximately 41% of their value relative to gold in a short period of time. After the implementation of Executive Order 6102, the government followed the path of inflating the value of gold-backed paper currency, eroding its real backing. As the amount of paper money increased, the connection between the dollar and gold weakened, raising concerns about the integrity of the system, which began to crumble under economic pressures and the costs of the Vietnam War. Consequently, on August 15, 1971, President Richard Nixon announced the Nixon shock by suspending the convertibility of the US dollar into gold, effectively severing ties between the dollar and gold. This decision generated controversy and economic uncertainty, as it marked a significant break with the long-standing gold standard. This sequence of events reveals an unethical interaction between government powers and ordinary people, hostages of imposed monetary systems. The lessons learned from these events serve as reminders that individual freedoms cannot be taken for granted. The impact of these decisions resonates negatively to this day.